People, we're coming back around. We're coming back around. I knew we would. I knew we would. Especially an antimony producer like sweet baby Uami. Look at that there. Look at the curvature. Wait a minute. And I knew this too. Okay, we have sec here. Essentially, the United States is claiming that April restrictions have been withdrawn, but authorities in Mongolia have confirmed they remain in effect. So this is talking about how Trump, dear leader just misspoke. I mean, we don't want to say anything that, that's neither here nor there. But it's looking as though, even though the White House asserted that the export licenses would no longer be required. So that's the stuff where Xi was like, you guys can't have these rare earths if you're using them for weapons of mass destruction, which is America's middle name. So I don't know how that was going to work. So then we said that those restrictions were China would effectively eliminate its current export controls. But it appears to be maybe coming out. This was contradicted by authorities in a rare earth industry development zone in Batua, Inner Mongolia. On Monday, an official social media account stated that the April regulations would indeed remain in effect. The city is one of China's leading rare earth producing regions, and the authorities that made the post are reportedly involved in practical matters such as issuing export permits. Chinese financial news outlet Sexing confirmed the April regulations were still in effect. So, then you have his picks there. He's going to have MP, of course, of course, Uami and CRML. What else are we saying here, people? We're saying a lot. We're saying, is CRML coming? They almost went back up. I don't know. What a fucking shithole. What a shithole. We can wait. Let's see. And then, the other ones are all down. They're all down. You got knock. And then they're going to make that, whatchamacallit. They're talking about this reserve. Dude, what? Fuck that. I can't see this staying down much longer, people. I really can't. I just can't. Fuck it. And then, wait a minute. I did a video on, on SMR. That's a small nuclear reactor. And what does this mean? Announced that they have reached agreement regarding the conversion of monetary Fluor's remaining stake in NuScale and have agreed certain economic and other terms. Under the agreement, Fluor will convert its remaining Class B units of NuScale into shares and will promptly begin structured monetization of shares, subject to mutually agreed restrictions, which are intended to preserve the value of NuScale's equity during the process. Fluor expects to complete the monetization of its stake by the end of the second quarter. That probably is not. In connection, Fluor has agreed to vote in favor of NuScale's anticipated increase to its authorized share count to reduce Fluor's economic rights under the tax receivable and to waive certain claims relating to Fluor's commercial arrangements. The parties also agreed to certain limitations of NuScale's issuance through February 2026, intended to align interests and market stability while both parties access the capital markets. We are proud of our successful investment in NuScale and the past and the prospective value generated for Fluor shareholders. Over the past several quarters, we engaged with NuScale to reach an efficient and equitable outcome that helps capture significant value for our shareholders, underscoring our large-term commitment to driving shareholders' return. Fluor spent the last 14 years being instrumental in positioning NuScale as a leader in advanced nuclear technology. This transaction marks a natural evolution of our relationship and underscores NuScale's readiness to move forward, focusing on delivering our SMR technology to the market while delivering tremendous value to investors. That is an interesting development, you could say. Okay, we're going to ask AI. They're basically reiterating, the mutual agreement, ownership in which has been NuScale's majority investor since 2011, initially at 30 million, holds Class B units. Under these, Fluor will convert these Class B into common stock. Fluor will then initiate a structured monetization of those shares, subject to volume restriction agreed upon both parties. Fluor is committed voting in favor of NuScale's proposed and authorized shares, reducing its economic rights under the existing taxable agreement, waiving certain claims. NuScale has agreed to limitations of its own equity issuances. This follows Fluor's partial sale of 15 million NuScale shares in October 2025, leaving it with approximately 39% ownership at the time the full monetization is expected to conclude in Q2 2026. Both companies framed as natural evolution. NewScale remains the only SMR provider with U.S. regulatory certification. He. This agreement shifts toward greater independence for NewScale, reducing flower controlling influence. So that, you could say, is good. Even though nobody really even knew that anyway, so I don't really think it's the biggest deal, but whatever. Volume restriction on flower sales are designed to avoid a fire sale that could tank SMR's share price. Indeed, well, their price is already tankaroni and cheese, so I don't know what they want from that. Combined with the equity issuance limits, this could stabilize the stock for short term and allow NewScale to prioritize SMR deployments, such as its recent partnership with Entra and the Tennessee Valley. Okay, less reliance on flour, which has historically provided 74% of NewScale's revenue through engineering and construction services, and attract new partners. Early X reactions are neutral to positive. That's good, I guess. This doesn't really know. I mean, clearly SMR looks like shit. The converting units to Class A shares increases outstanding shares, which could dilute existing shareholders. Well, of course. If flour sales accelerate despite restrictions, SMR could face downward pressure. I have a feeling that flour is going to be nice to SMR. Because, I mean, that's like their parent company in a way. Well, they've invested all this in them. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But I think it's good for rare earth. For sure. Well, I mean, the other thing I'd read about the China thing. And it looked like flowers coming up. And, damn. They're coming up. We'll see what happens. I don't know. What's Oklo at? Those fucks. 106. Damn, Oklo's about to go under 100. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. They were at 185, people. We'll see what happens to Oklo. I like SMR better. I'm going to say it. I'll say it again. I like SMR better.